from the Plymouth Ice Center here on CCX Sports. It's IMAC Conference Boys Hockey as the Breck Mustangs pay a visit here to Plymouth to take on the Providence Academy Lions. I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken. And Dan, we've done an awful lot of games over on Rink A with the Wayzata Trojans, and one of our first times here to see the Lions here on Rink C. And both teams at 1-1 coming in, and both teams coming off of losses and kind of lopsided losses against really good teams. Blake handing Providence a shutout loss. Gentry Academy, the new power on the scene, took it to Breck pretty good, but they each had a nice win before that. So I think both teams coming in, cautiously optimistic. Breck probably the favorite, but both of them feel like they have a chance to be competitive teams this year.
Well, these guys are about as dead even as you can. They're 1-1. They have both scored the same amount of goals as they've given in total. Both of the power plays are not doing very well right now, and they all have 6 of their top 7 scorers coming back, both teams. Now, obviously traditions with Breck, we know what kind of a team they are. They were 14-11-1 last year. Providence was 9-15-1, but they're building. And they have got one of the primary building blocks, Jay, of building a good hockey team, and that's a goalie. Josh Kuski plays for them, and he's 1-1 right now with a 4.0 GAA, but he's the comer, and was mentioned by the Breck coach that he's a really good one.
Let's look at key players in tonight's contest, starting with the visiting Mustangs and their leading returning scorer from a season ago, Beau Cornier. Couple of goals, couple assists this year, and 56 points last season. And Coach Glenn Lang was saying that he's a guy with an awful lot of skill. Sometimes maybe does it on his own more than they'd like, but a guy who can definitely put one behind you if you're not ready for him.
You can't argue with over 50 points, plus he's got 3 power play goals. I mean, the guy's a natural talent, and you got to let talent take its place. And, sometimes, he feels sometimes that he has to put it on his shoulders, and he's got to start learning how to trust his teammates and they him to play together better and use the other skills that he has at scoring, but he's a heck of a player.
And for Providence, one of their captains, Thomas Voss, is a guy who can move a little bit. Speed was one of the things that Coach Lewis mentioned for the Lions.
Yeah, he's coming back from a very good year of 13 goals, 11 assists, 24 points. And he started out really good, 2 goals and 1 assist so far in 2 games, 3 points. So with that speed, we'll have to keep an eye on him. Now, a number of players are missing from the Providence squad. They're at Breck, too.
Yeah, we've got some guys out, injuries, and also the quarantine situation hitting Breck a little bit here tonight, but we still look for a good hockey game. It is the Mustangs and the Lions. We'll come back here with our live coverage of IMAC Hockey on CCX in a moment.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You will also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
And welcome back here to Plymouth as Providence and Breck getting set to drop the puck here as we head into the heart of the schedule here. Obviously a very strange season, a very late starting season. We'd be, in most years, you'd be kind of heading down the stretch of the conference race already. Yeah. Right now we're just in the 3rd game for both of these teams, but it is what it is. They're excited to be back playing hockey, and you kind of take each game and make the best of it every night out, and especially when you're playing a team that you've gotten to know a little bit over the years and doing battle. There's a look at Breck's goalie, Dylan Halliwell. He's a senior. He transferred over from Holy Family. He played quite a bit for the Fire last year, and the guy we talked about, Joshua Koski, in goal, a senior, and a good one for Providence, as he is capable of keeping their team in a game against some good opponents, and that's what they're hoping for tonight here as they face Breck. It'll be Beau Cornier facing off here against Delphin Cruz. Providence in white, Breck in blue. They got some new kind of throwback looking jerseys there with the big B on, and we are underway in this opening period. Thrown in, Koski will come out to stop it here for the Lions. Race for the puck there as Jake Silverman getting back in there for Breck. Lions trying to get it out, couldn't though. Cornier knocked it down. Now it's controlled. James Smith up with it for Providence, but he's met at the blue line. Chopped away, and here comes Cornier back the other way for Breck. He's alone for the moment. Beau Cornier trying to drag it around the D, but couldn't get it past Drew Larkin. And then Larkin took a hard check from Cornier in the corner.
Well, Cornier did a good job. He took it deep. There's nobody with him. They're in the middle of a line change. Did a good job getting it down in the corner, and now they're into a good forecheck here.
Out to the point, thrown out front, and actually into the body of the defenseman, Jack Reller. And now Breck quickly trying to counterattack again here as Ty Hogan throws it in. We mentioned both teams a little bit short-handed. A couple of injuries of guys who would have been definitely playing for Providence, and then Breck's got a few quarantine situations, including one of their best defensemen, even though he's a young guy. The sophomore Caden Morgan will not be in the lineup. They'll get those guys back Monday. Looks like we may have our first penalty coming up, and we do. It's a trip. And so Providence will go on the power play here.
No,
right there, got him with the skate. Yep. As Luke Kern called for the penalty for Breck.
Well, so far they're banging out at 17% this year with a 100% penalty kill situation. But so far, you know, the last things that really get well drilled and well oiled here in the beginning of a season are the specialty teams. So, you know, your power play and your penalty kill are not going to show the good numbers here. So the other issue, though, is that Breck has a 33% penalty kill, which is horrible. They've let in 4 goals and 6 penalties against them. So they're going to have to, this is a real test for them early to see if they can get that problem solved.
Can only get better from there, though, right?
Well, I mean, you know.
Gentry Academy's got an awful lot of talent, and Breck found that out the other night. Here's a nice rush to the net, and stop made as Halliwell got a glove on that one. Pretty good opportunity early there for Providence as they get their power play set up here. Brock Jamieson directing the misfired on that pass, and thrown right back in by Jack Bourget for Breck. And Jamieson getting it again here, looking ahead to Johnny Hendrickson. He took a bump. And now they do get the puck in deep, thrown across, and a swing and a miss at it there out front for J.P. Hughes. Pretty good setup there for the Lions, but not able to get good stick on that shot.
Boy, they had that backdoor set up nice, though, didn't they? That was pretty.
Hendrickson lugging it up the left wing here for Providence. Makes a move to the middle. Here is a shot, and Halliwell coming up with a stop again as Providence getting in deep a couple times here on the power play. And there's a long one, a blocker save there for Halliwell. Lions looking pretty good here on this power play. Jack Reller swings it across to Mogeni. Now back out here, Josh Mogeni with it again, shooting, and that one deflected, and Halliwell will pop it up into his glove and hang on here with 17 seconds to go in the power play. Couple of pretty good chances for Providence.
Had a backdoor play set up on even strength when they first started the power play, and they've showed good patience inside the attack zone, setting it up, creating shots. They're getting into the slot too, Jay. The defense for the Breck has got to stop that. The Mustang's got to step up and hit him.
Yeah, I was surprised at how easy it was to get to the front of the net a couple times there. There's a shot. Halliwell kicks it out. Power play time winding down as the Lions keep it in, though. Little give and go action there. It deflects out top, and then a wrister whistle wide from Reller. And finally Breck coming up with it. Carter Ofdal. And they can't quite get it out. So the penalty is over, but they're still boxed in their own end, are the Mustangs here. And Providence looking to continue the momentum. Reller looking for a tip out front. And that one draws the whistles that went up and out of play here. So you didn't get the goal if you're Providence, but they've got a
watch the
definitely got
deflection
some
there.
opportunities.
Look at the deflection there. Who was that? 37, Cruz, I'm sorry. Cruz in front. That was a good setup. She's right now. Providence looks like gangbusters.
Another draw in the Breck zone here. Comes loose alongside Halliwell, knocking it over to the corner, then thrown across, but that pass picked off. And races on back the other way, is playing it ahead to himself. There was Jake Hansen, but it's going to be icing as he kind of tried to see if he could catch the defenseman leaning or flat-footed a little bit there.
Yeah.
There's a look at Glenn Lang, 4th season as head coach, but he's got a lot of history in the Breck program. He's coached there since '97, and he's a 1986 Breck graduate. So he has probably seen about as many Breck hockey games as anybody around.
Well, we checked him out. He's actually bleeding blue and gold. His last med exam.
They got a mainly all Breck grad staff, too, including a couple guys that we saw from some really great teams in 2010 era, Michael Mooney and Michael Morris.
Yes.
Thrown out front there and deflected.
It's good seeing Moore.
And picked off near the blue line, but they couldn't quite hold the zone, so Breck will regroup. Go D to D here and look to get it back in. It's off a defenseman's stick into the corner there as Nick Damberg chases it down and then had his pocket picked briefly by Silverman, and then Damberg able to win it back. Knocked back out to center here where Breck's Bourget will throw it across. And tossed into the Lions zone again. Luke Kern in on the forecheck for Breck, and then gets some support from O'Neill. Turnaround try there. Koski kicking that one way out to the corner.
I think that's his first save.
To the point. Cade Berman up with it. That one hit traffic in front, never made it to the net. And then thrown back. It'll be icing against Providence Academy. 11:48 to go here in the first, and a pretty action-packed start to this one. The home Lions looked pretty good on that power play and then continued on beyond it, too.
Yeah, they did. They did a nice job. And the Mustangs came back, put a little pressure on here, too. So and both teams are looking for the identity. It's like you said when we were talking to the coaches, you know, between the two games, one where they slaughtered somebody and they got slaughtered. They don't know who they are, what they got yet.
Carried out by Mogeni here for Providence. Takes a check, but got it in deep. Kicked loose alongside the net. Spinning away from the checker was Andrew Owen. Solid hit thrown there by Cruz. As they keep the puck in deep. Berman up with it.
Wow.
Breck having a heck of a time getting out of their own zone right now, aren't they?
Well, Cruz is just a one-man wrecking ball for the Lions here.
Koski coming way out to headman that one. And then over skated, tipped ahead, and here's a chance now for Breck. Zach Sinopol. Forced way out wide, though. Down he goes. As the Lions able to cover up and snuff out that chance. Up the left wing, here comes Voss. Took a hit there from Carter Tyson. Intercepted at center, thrown back in. Lions have to clear the zone. Tyson, one of the top D for the Mustangs. Now they come up the right side, but that one interrupted there as they joust for it. Brock Jamieson helping to break it up.
Jay, excuse me, are we sure that Breck isn't in the white? I mean, the Providence is playing excellent here. Just got them bottled up. They're supporting each other. The checks are right there. They don't get more than 2 feet before a line's in their face. Very impressive start for the Lions.
And didn't quite get that one over the center line before dumping it in, so it will be an icing call here against Providence. Yeah, they've looked sharp. There's Chris Lewis, and again, not new to their program either. First-year head coach, but 5 years in the program, and grew up playing in back when Orono first became a real strong hockey power. And he's excited about this group. He said, we got some guys that want to play hockey. We've got more goalies in our program now than we had. He said a couple of years ago it was scarce, so they're still building. I mean, the school has been open for a while now, but they're still creating that hockey identity, I think, a little bit. But they've got a lot of pieces in place that, you could definitely see it becoming a real quality program.
Well, from what I've seen so far, they're playing pretty good hockey, and but again, you got to win if you want to draw the kids. You got to have a winning kind of tradition set up.
Centering pass there, flicked aside. Cornier throwing it in behind for Silverman. Put it out front. Koski got his stick on that one, and then slips back out to center and dumped right back into the Providence zone. Nice job to spin away there by Damberg, but kept in at the line there by Breck's Cade Berman. Cornier was out front. You don't want to lose track of him too much.
Yeah, defense got to, for the lines, it's got to stop sneaking up the ice. Stay back and protect your net until it's completely out.
Flick toward the net here. Halliwell will stop that one and hang on, and so we'll get a face-off here as you get another look at this opportunity. Cornier wanting the tip there. Ooh. And he was really pretty much alone. If he'd been able to control that one, he probably would have been able to just tuck it away. Yeah,
he could have done a little jigging and jagging too while he was at it. So snuck in behind. So, okay. We didn't expect Breck to get dominated the whole game. So they're kind of getting their legs back now.
Mustangs end up with it off the draw as they swing it around now for a Carter Ofdahl and then reverse back the other way. Tyson chasing it down, but kept in. Breck having a little trouble handling and now dumped out. Drew Larkin back to play it. Ooh, and then he got blasted. Breck had to wait, though, to be on side as Sanapo putting it out front and just got away there from Josh Hansen. Now here come the Lions, 3-on-1, actually. And offside. And they knew that was an opportunity lost as Voss couldn't hold up. Johnny Hendrickson maybe zigging a little bit at the blue line there. This was, they should have had a great opportunity. Yeah, and this one's really on the winger, though.
Yeah, it is on the winger, Voss. Absolutely. Just straddle it until he gets across. You can come in behind him better.
Your eyes kind of light up when you see that 3-on-1, and he couldn't quite hold up, and he knew it was very close, but...
and then you start thinking about timing and stuff. Let's make it right so somebody gets a clean shot.
They dig for it along the wall here. Lions back to the point. Reller, that one deflects high out front. Cleared but not out. Then a shot block in close by Berman. And Eddie Martin getting it out.
Boy, that was as good an opportunity as you'll ever see in front there. Yeah, 3 shots put all together.
That one went off the D, and their turnaround try was kind of blocked. And
that was blocked by a D.
Yeah, Berman got a good shot block after he kind of flubbed on the clearing attempt there a little bit.
Stuck his ground. He stayed in position in front, and he did a good job recovering.
Halliwell didn't start either of the first 2 games. He did play a little bit, and they say they're pretty confident about both goalies they've got with he and Jack Thompson. Now Cornier carrying it in, chopped away, and then Silverman couldn't control it. Picked off there by Carter Tyson, and he'll throw it back in deep. Damberg ran into traffic there. And then that pass gets away, and Breck's Tyson will come up with it. Slides it across ice. Chopped away from Jake Hansen, and right back out. Tyson pursuing it here with Hendrickson chasing him. Leaves it for his defensive partner, Griffin Olness. And nearly a takeaway there.
Boy, that forecheck's just relentless. He's just not letting go, is he? Getting tired. Wow.
And a giveaway out front, and the shot whistle just wide by Hendrickson. Then thrown toward the net, knocked away. I don't think it quite made it to Halliwell. Reller's shot is knocked down. And now here comes Cornier, 1 against 2, and could not beat the D, and Providence looking to quickly counter. So Breck making a couple of gaffes there. Hendrickson had a golden opportunity after they turned it over to him right in the slot. Reller controlling now for Providence. He's met, tried to put it out front. Berman directed it to the corner. Reller sliding it across. Stick save Halliwell there on the attempt by Cruz. And it comes back now to Cruz. Carried in up the left side and sailed high by James Smith. Wanted to go up high stick side there, but didn't hit the net.
You got to hit the net. That's what happens. The puck came out and they gave a nice breakout play to Breck.
Cruz broke that one up, but then it was knocked back away from him and dumped in by the Mustangs here. Races on for it. O'Neill going in deep for Breck. Reller coming up with it and just got that pass over to Cruz, but then a takeaway by Sinopel. Back Sinopel for Breck, slams on the brakes, comes back out to the point. Oh, Koski fought it off, and then the rebound went all the way through the slot and into the corner. It was one of those kind of save. We got a penalty coming up here too against Providence. And now we'll get it whistled down.
They got a hooking call, I think.
Heading off is Smith. After he took a check right here, comes back with a little shot up high. Didn't actually see the signal.
Well, it was a signal for a check in girls hockey. The other way, instead of going to the chest, it went out. So I think it's interference.
Yeah, he ended up giving him roughing, I believe. Yeah, okay. Could have been any of the above. But that shot, the shot right before that was one of those tweeners where Koski kind of up at the, where he had to sort of shrug his shoulder to fight it off.
He's in good position, though, and he's real flexible. I mean, he's not getting tight at all when they're coming in tight on him. So he did well. Both goalies look pretty good tonight, Jay.
Yeah, Coach Lang from Breck was talking about Halliwell. He said, the trend now is for real big goalies who just kind of stand stock still and cover the net. He said Halliwell's a little different, a little old school net. He's a little bit smaller, but he's very quick, and he really is a good skater, moves side to side. And obviously Koski, this guy who has had a good success in his career and this year, and he looks pretty good so far tonight too. And that those two guys playing well has helped contribute to this game being 0-0, but there have been some nice opportunities really at both ends here. Providence in particular has played well.
When the going gets tough, it comes back to your goaltending, and looks like both teams got that well covered, so this should be interesting. You think of Breck and you think of big scoring games. This might not be that way. It might be every goal is a big scratch and claw fight for.
Tyson with a head of steam as he comes hard up the left side here. Jabbed away from him, but they keep it in the offensive zone. About halfway through the power play here for the Mustangs. Haven't really gotten a lot set up on it so far. Berman dropping it back. Cornier, and that one deflects over toward the corner. Lions get to it and get it on out as McGinney sends it down the rink, and then he'll chase it himself. Halliwell played it over, but nobody there initially, and then it got away from Tyson. Chopped right back in.
McGinney threw it back in again. He does a nice job on this shift. He's one of those strong seniors that have come back, and almost a bad turnover again by Breck.
Tyson falling down, just got it away. And another slip there, but Sinopel sent it to the corner. 10 seconds to go in the power play here for Breck. Back out to the point they come. Ty Hogan shooting, blocker saved by Koski. And Breck putting it down and out front. Penalty time has expired, and they're looking for a breakaway out of the box here. Or off the bench anyway. McGinney is hauled down, and this is going to be a penalty against Breck. And let's see if there's any chance a penalty shot. Yes, indeed. It's a penalty shot coming up here for the Mustangs.
If it wasn't a penalty shot, I would think that's a pretty good penalty to take, considering. Wow.
McGinney, fresh off the bench, receiving that pass just after the penalty had ended, comes in alone, and you see the diving tackle there by Ty Hogan. Yeah, I could go with that as a penalty shot, I think.
That would be what I call an NB, no-brainer. Oh, this is interesting.
Johnny Hendrickson will take the penalty shot here for Providence.
This is where you have all these 1-on-0 tournaments at the end of a practice, and everybody gets 2 rounds to get some points. And they can work on their moves.
Well, I'm incorrect. It's going to be Hendrickson not taking it. It'll be Mogeni.
Yeah. I thought they could designate. No, it has to be him. That's right.
So Mogeni getting set, and here we go. Mogeni versus Halliwell, penalty shot. And a stick save by Halliwell. Just stayed calm, waited. Mogeni electing to shoot it rather than really try and deke him. And so he's able to fight it off.
Well, he made Mogeni flinch first.
Tried to go 5-hole,
Yes,
and Halliwell got the stick. Kept it in position nicely.
Good plays by both guys. I mean, the 5-hole was open there.
So Providence doesn't get the goal on the penalty shot, and then Breck able to stay with 5 men out. It ends up being a good penalty after all, like you said.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's Mogeni up with it, drops the pass back. They return it to him, looking out front for Hendrickson. Nice setup there, but it didn't quite click. Battle for it along the wall here. A little over 3 minutes to go in this first period, and there's Halliwell having to make a stop again. Cornier coming up with it. And fanned down a couple of times there, but the Mustangs keep it now, finding Cornier up the right side, looking out front, and that one just out front of Jake Hansen. Back out to the point. Pass was Bourget had to reach for it. Now Cornier behind the net. Silverman back to the point. That one chopped way up in the air and hit the rafters. So we'll get a whistle to stop play with 2:31 to go here in this first period.
You know, we had a pretty good paced game going here until about got the 6-minute mark left in the period, Jay, and it kind of slowed down with the penalties and stuff all of a sudden.
Providence played a real nice first period against Blake, according to Coach Lewis. They ended up losing 6-0, but first period was pretty even, and they didn't play as well from there. But they said if we can bottle that up and play like that, we're going to be in every game and win our fair share of them. As that shot put on net by James Smith.
Well, their test is coming up. You're right. Their best period overall over the past couple of years has been their first period. They really come out and get after it. Goes down after that. Breck, on the other hand, has always been a good finishing school. So the third period is really good for them. They tend to outscore their opponents by quite a bit in the third period. So we'll see if this switches in the second period.
Off the draw, Lions got control. Smith played it to the corner, and I don't know if they'd admit it, but I'm guessing the Breck guys are a little bit surprised. I mean, historically, they've dominated this rivalry, and they've probably come out thinking that, we respect Providence, but we're, in general, have been the better club over the years. But tonight, I don't know. I'd say first period has been even at best if you're Breck, and probably outplayed a little bit.
Definitely outplayed, no question about it. Providence came out here to prove something, and they've had a good first period. They got it just where they wanted. They had a couple opportunities for goals. They had the better chances. But it was a good first period for the Lions. We'll see what happens as the game moves on.
Obviously, scoring late in a period would be big for either team here, too. So we got 1:49 to go, and each team trying to break that scoreless deadlock. Mustangs win the draw, put on net. Koski had popped off his stick and up in the air, but nobody could get a blade on it for Breck.
It's disturbing, though. There's a blue and white jersey in between the goalie and the last defenseman.
Tyson going to the corner with it. Back out. Sinopol's shot was kicked out as he hit Andrew Owen with that one. Owen charging down, trying to win that puck back. And now it does come to Owen. Owen going to the net, but he had his stick lifted just as he was trying to release that one. Back to the point and then tipped. Halliwell will knock it aside. Reller at the point, looking for the tip, and Halliwell had to make a stop there. They have consistently been looking to get tips on the shots from the point. I think we got a penalty, yes, coming up against Breck. This might be a slash.
Yep.
You knocked the stick out, and it is indeed going to be a slashing penalty coming up to Breck, and I believe it'll be Osseo who goes. So,
well, once I mentioned the fact the energy level got down, it just picks right back up again, and here we go, rock and roll. And the Lions just coming back superbly here and creating an opportunity for themselves for a power play.
There was the penalty right there as he knocked Reller's stick out of his hands with a two-hander. So Providence, although they didn't score, looked good on their first power play. Had some good chances and then kind of continued the momentum even after it ended. Here they work that give and go. Instead go back out to the point. Reller a shot, and Halliwell making the stop as Cruz was out front. Cruz, you mentioned earlier, hitting some guys, and he's got a big body out there getting camped out front. And boy, coaches preach that so much. Coach Lang from Breck was saying that his guys need to do more of that, getting dirty goals and you know, getting into areas to screen the goaltender and getting some tips and stuff that they've been sometimes a little too finesse. Deflected away there by Berman, but it doesn't leave the zone. Under 20 seconds to play in the period here. Providence on the power play and trying to see if they can't get on the board late. Cross ice pass. Here's a shot, and Halliwell is stopped.
Look at where Halliwell is, Jared.
Came out to meet him, right?
Yeah, he's right at the top of the crease. The last three saves, he's gotten out and he's attacked it rather than let the shooter have all the space to pick his spot.
Boy, they really lost track of the weak side D here as Larkin cut in behind into the circle, and he had some room. And got away a good quality shot that could have led to a rebound, but Halliwell just came out to meet it.
And smothered it up right away with no rebound and just took the threat away.
Dumped out, and that's going to do it for our first period. So a good quality period, although no score on the board, and Providence has to be quite happy with the way they've played.
Yes.
Our score after one here at Plymouth Ice Center is Breck 0, Providence 0. We'll have first period highlights and then more hockey for you. Thanks for watching high school hockey here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And welcome back. We did not have any goals in that first period, but we did have some chances for sure. Both goalies playing well, a couple of near misses. Let's take a look at some of the action from that opening 17 minutes here from Plymouth Ice Center. As Providence with Hendrickson carrying it up the left side here, made a nice move, and Halliwell had to fight that one off. Then a shot from the point tipped right there, and just deflecting up and out of play. And another one that bounced, and a couple opportunities in close here for the Lions. A nice shot block by Berman, recovering for Breck there. And then a giveaway. Oh, Hendrickson would like to have that one to do again. He made a nice job to pick it off. And then Mulgeny was hauled down, and that led to a penalty shot, but Halliwell was equal to the challenge. Mulgeny being stopped as he tried to go 5-hole there. And a stick save by Halliwell. As we get to look at the first period stats, shots are even, scoring chances favoring the Lions a little bit. Breck, their second power play for Providence, still has another minute 7 to go here as we will start period 2 with the Mustangs shorthanded. We'll be right back here to Plymouth. It is still 0-0, Breck and Providence here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
And welcome back here to Plymouth Ice Center. Providence Academy on a power play as we get set to begin period 2 here. They've got 1:07 to go in their man advantage against Breck. No score on the board heading into the second period. And Providence, I think, Dan, fair to say that they like a tie better than Breck, just based on the history, the fact that they've had so much trouble beating the Mustangs that, you know, they came out and not only played very well, they've got a tie and they have a chance to go ahead if they could get one on the power play.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a big power play. And also for the Breck Mustangs. Now, they've already killed off one penalty. I think it's going to take a couple more before they get some confidence in that penalty kill after what happened to them this week. But Providence really came out and smacked them in the nose, and we'll see how they respond now. Breck responds to them. I don't think that first period was a fluke for the Lions.
No, they look solid. So here we go in period number 2. Reller controlling it. And they come up ice here on this power play. Cruz taking it up the right side. And that one will bounce over to Halliwell, and he's going to cover it up.
Well, he's played pretty well. He's had 11 shots on him. He has not given up any goals, but he's been on the spot. And like you said, you do notice his quickness. He's very quick. He's not the biggest goalie out there, but he's pretty much shut the Lions down, who've had the better chances.
Rising shot went over the net from James Smith. Played back down deep here. Lions looking to get an opportunity. Rella, the defenseman, cut in toward the net, but they couldn't get it to him. Smith putting it across, and Halliwell knocked that one away as Cruz was waiting on the weak side and then forced out of the zone. Brought right back in by Cruz. Tried to put it out front, and Halliwell with the stop of that pass, and he'll hang on. 15 to go in the power play here for Providence. Hendrickson facing off with Cornier here. Mustangs win it, but can't get it out. Back out to the point now. Returned here to Damberg. Halliwell stick save. The penalty is over, so Breck. Yeah. Well, is it? Yeah, it's at 0 on the board, and he's asking, are we fully at 0? And the referee said, yeah, come on out.
So good for the Breck Mustangs as far as getting some confidence on their penalty kill. Lions created some shots. I like the way they're stacking people in front of the Breck net. They got a guy high and a guy low, and they're both trying to tip the puck, and they've been pretty successful with it throughout the first period. They didn't score, but they've been really diverting some shots. And
their spacing's been pretty good, too. I mean, so you want to get traffic, but you don't want to get so much traffic that you have nothing to shoot at either.
Yep. And the high-low makes it tough for the D to cover in front, too.
Here's Hendrickson gaining control again. Coming back to the point with it for Brock Jameson. That one bounces to the front. Cornier couldn't quite get it out. Hendrickson dropping it back. Oh, and a skate save there. Ooh. Good opportunity from the circle for Owen. Hendrickson out of there with it and fanned on that one. Another follow-up try, though, bounces just wide as it went off Halliwell, and then he briefly lost sight of it. Cornier looking left to Hansen. Hansen coming in deep. Check thrown there as they tried to free it up from Silverman, and Breck was changing D, so nobody home at the point. Berman tracking that one down with McGinney right on his heels. McGinney able to free it up, puts it out front. Comes all the way back out top, and that shot never made it to the net. Battle for it along the wall, and Tyson out of there with it for Breck. Looking long with it for the floater. Here's Cornier on the breakaway and denied by Koski. Now Cornier taking that pass. Back out top, and that shot attempt blocked. To the point again it comes. Puck tip loose in front, couple of jabs at it. Koski trying to cover it and now does. So Breck getting a golden opportunity with probably their top offensive threat. Cornier sneaking in behind the D. Man, this is a long breakaway chance, but he tried to go with the shot too, like McGinney did on the penalty shot, and Koski was ready.
Yeah, it's much easier to take a shot from the outside than try and go in and deke, but boy, the back and forth opportunities. Now I'm seeing the Breck team I know. They came down that ice really fast when they broke it out, and now they're creating some opportunities in the attack zone. They just got to get out of their own zone easier.
So look at Cornier. I'm sure he was frustrated with that one, thinking he should have put it away, but Koski coming up with a big stop. Thrown down to the corner here. Cruz trying to get to it for Providence, and there's Reller, the defenseman, in deep. Putting it out front.
Nice.
Now back out to the point. Ew, and Halliwell making this shot save on Drew Larkin. You're right, that was a good play by Voss. He didn't have an angle. He was kind of turned around, and he wisely saw the ice well and put it back to his defenseman, Larkin.
You know, he's one of the more valuable players in the team. The coach just had nothing but good things to say for him. Last year he had 11 assists, so with 13 goals, that's pretty good. He moves the puck around and can find the open guy. Just both teams are just, it's hard to score tonight. It's just hard.
And some games are 0-0 because not much is happening. That's not been the case here tonight.
Oh, no.
Hendrickson throwing it out front. Oh, and Halliwell had to kick that one away as McGinney came down the slot. Again, Breck a little short-handed on D. They feel like they'll be a stronger defensive team, you know, going forward in the season. They got a couple regulars out. Ooh, that shot was blocked.
Pretty. Berman made a nice play there, stepped up the block, and he made sure he blocked it too.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy who tips it past your own goaltender.
Trust me, that is not a fun position to be in.
Battle for it here, and they just covered it up. Boy, Josh Hansen nearly snuck between both D, and now penalty coming up here. It's going to be against Josh Hansen of Breck, I think, for a little retaliation as he got hit and then came back.
That's just undisciplined.
We might have won a side, maybe? No, maybe not. Looks like both doors have opened.
Yes, they have.
No, it looks like it's going to be just Breck as Hansen came in right there. I don't know.
Yep, it's going to be just on Breck. I didn't see the signal, so I got to listen to what it was, but
I think he said roughing, and
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, just undisciplined. I mean, they made a good play. I mean, I was just going to say that the Lions' defense has been very good tonight, and they're playing 4 guys. That's how they're going to play.
So another power play for the Lions. Breck out of there with it, though. Here's Cornier shorthanded. So Providence trying to break through and get that first power play goal tonight. Voss sending it back down toward the corner to James Smith. Cruz is out front. Voss looking cross now to Larkin. Here's Reller. They look for the tip. And it bounces. No. They say no goal. Providence celebrating, thinking that they had one.
That ref looks like my son-in-law. He was real definite. He was real clear. He was right on top of the line. And he did not hesitate when he made that call.
Going to come back out to center ice here as we get another look at this one.
Did he
I
kick
think
it
he
in?
kicked it in.
He
I think
kicked
that's
it
got to
in.
be what they're calling. Actually, it's going to come to the back to the
you
other
can see
end.
Cruz's leg come out there. His left leg came through and he kicked it in.
Because, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I was seeing it wrong because I thought the puck definitely ended up fully in the net. That part wasn't a question. And you're right. He was right there. Very definitive call. And I think ultimately probably the correct call there.
Yeah, I just like the fact, too, that, for one, I liked where Cruz was standing, but also just the deflections that they're causing. I mean, that caused the goal right there.
That one hit the body of Smith as it's thrown in deep. Providence still on the power play. They did put the puck in the net, but it didn't count because there was a kicking motion from Cruz that knocked it the last foot or so in. So we stay at zeros. It was interesting because even Hansen had started to come out of the box. He was convinced it was a goal and they had let him out and everything. And then you're never happy to go back to the penalty box, but you are happy that it wasn't a goal for the other team.
Yeah, exactly. You bet. But this is, Jay, I'm guessing it's going to be one of these games. They got two teams that are just going to really skate their brains out. It's going to be a very low-scoring game because the goalies are on top of their game. I mean, they're playing really well.
Got a penalty here to Providence as James Smith sent to the box here.
One of their better players. Okay, so we got 4 and 4 for 36 seconds. We'll see who remembers that they can't ice it. And then the Mustangs are going to go on the power play.
Off the draw, back to Berman. He'll ring it around. Quinn Rosenberg giving chase, but he took a hit. Voss banking it ahead, looking for Hendrickson, but that's too far, and it'll be icing.
Boy, that was a nice play. That was a good idea. They just couldn't quite put it together as they were coming out, the Lions. Breck's got to settle down now. Use good, quick passing. Once you get on this power play, create an opportunity for yourself, and you might get a lead.
Mustangs able to win the draw here. Across to Tyson. Tyson firing that one, hitting the bodies out front. Now Damberg controlling for Providence. Icing waved off there.
He touched it.
Tyson circling back. Couple seconds to go in the Providence, in the Breck penalty, and then they'll be on the power play. Sent too far though. Brock Jameson back to get it. Breck was changing, so he had some time. Oh, then gave it away. But Cornier had a bouncing puck and hacked it over the net. So Breck to the power play here. Down to Cornier. Oh, and across with it for Hansen, and just getting his stick in was Voss.
Voss had probably as good a defensive series there as he's had the whole game. First of all, he forechecked the heck out of the Mustangs down in their zone. And then killing time, and then he got back in there and stopped a really good opportunity for a score. It's good to see, leading scorers playing good defensively and playing both sides of the ice.
Mustangs win the draw. Berman dropping it down for Cornier. Berman will slip it across. Tyson shooting. It's loose alongside. Ooh. But boy, for a moment, Koski wasn't sure where the puck was, but Hansen just couldn't find the handle.
Yeah, he was looking directly away from the guy with the puck.
Yeah, he thought it had deflected over the net, I think.
Yeah.
Hansen with it down low. Nice read by Reller, though, to take it away and clear it. Wow, that was beautiful job on the PK there for Reller.
These defense for Providence are pretty good, Jay. They're pretty steady, not flashy, but they're getting the job done.
Cornier, they leave it for him as he comes with a head of steam here on the power play. Cornier had it deflected away. Reller battling with him. Cornier gets it back. Penalty about to expire. Cross for Berman. That one hit traffic. Penalty is over, so we're back to 5 aside. Breck still dangerous though. And that back pass intercepted by James Smith, who just came out of the box. Smith playing it in deep, got held up a little by Tyson. And then Berman goes down. That could have been dangerous.
That was close. What neither of these teams need right now is a major penalty.
Tyson giving it up for Silverman. He's trying to fight off a check, but Cruz got enough of him to help free it up. And played back to center. Tyson bouncing it forward, and here come the Mustangs now. Eddie Martin, and it's knocked away. And back to center. Tyson, they'll regroup on D. But that one got away for a moment anyway, as Ty Hogan chased it down. Lions kept it in. Kind of end to end here, and a little bit of scatter shot here and there, but nice job defensively to step up.
Defensively, you bet. Very nice step up. Well, I think it's going to take a team right now just that ups the tempo a little bit. It has just a little extra energy there. There you go.
Here's a rebound chance. Oh my goodness. Halliwell with the glove.
Whew. Halliwell didn't make that save, did he?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
First one was tough enough, but the rebound, I was halfway to yelling goal.
Yeah. Wow.
You see Henderson
Nice
with a great move to the back end, and watch McGinney coming in, and he thinks he's got a goal there. Oh, that's beautiful from Halliwell. I mean, you're frustrated if you're Providence, but at the same time, you got to kind of tip your cap, as Halliwell made a great save.
Well, you absolutely tip your cap. I think Breck found himself a goaltender.
McGinney earlier stopped on a penalty shot, and this time stopped point blank. Dylan Halliwell has come up with some big ones tonight, and unfortunately for Josh there, a couple of them being against him.
There's about 3 guys tonight that are going to go to sleep and just wonder how they missed that.
Flip back out. Lions dump it back in, and that is Halliwell. Boy, the shots are double now.
Yeah.
Providence 22 shots to 11 for Breck. Like you said, Dan, at the end of the first, it didn't in any way feel like it was out of the ordinary for Providence to have been tied and maybe outplayed them and everything. If anything, they've played even better in the second.
I think so. Defensively, they've made some really, really nice plays, and they're just frustrating the Mustangs.
To the corner it goes, and Reller able to keep it in. Picked up there by Hogan, and then across to Berman. Reller knocking that down. And here comes Cornier back the other way. A 2-on-1 chance here for Breck. Across for Silverman, but deflected away by Larkin. Cornier trying to put it out front. Another good defensive play there for the Lions.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a giveaway though, and then knocked away from Cornier.
Cornier made a nice play, but the defense there was right on top of it.
Andrew Owen going to the net for a backhander, but he ran out of room a little bit there. Oh, it gets away at the point. Silverman coming up with it. He has a trailer as well, but fired that one off the glass. I think he was kind of at the end of a shift there and running out of steam a little bit and unable to hit the net. So face-off coming up here, 6:45 to go in the middle period. Joshua Koski and his counterpart at the other end, Dylan Halliwell, have been pretty darn good here tonight. And we are at zeros.
It's like watching a one-hitter here, which is a good one-hitter.
Koski tapping that one back. Lions looking to break it out. Second pass tipped. It did go off the defenseman Tyson. He'll track it down. Tried to get it to Quinn Rosenberg and deflected away at center. Re-intercepted. And now the Mustangs able to bring it on in. Spencer Rockefeller there trying to put it out front. Looks like a new line we haven't seen really yet tonight for Breck. And long pass ahead coming to Voss. Voss going to the net, but just had to get away from him there as O'Neill came in to help out his defensive partner Tyson.
Well, the defensive sticks have been really good, especially when trying to come into the middle. They've been able to make nice poke checks on both teams.
Tap back out to center. And whistle down here. And keep in mind, too, both teams are a little bit short-handed, not having their full complement. You know, and it might look even slightly better with everybody on the ice that would normally be.
Yeah. Well, we're just going to see who's got endurance.
Hendrickson wins the draw and takes it himself. Took a check, but following up here, ooh, and Halliwell to make a big save there on the attempt by Sam Gomke. And then Breck clears it down the rink. It'll be icing against the Mustangs here, and we get another draw coming. 5:22 to go in the second. Still at 0-0. Providence has done very well here in the second period again, and again they have had about a 2-1 shot advantage over Breck now.
They had trouble last year scoring goals. They're having probably the same trouble here. They didn't have too much trouble against, Minneapolis Academy. They scored 8 goals against them, but against some of the better teams, who's going to step up now? Who's going to step up on each team and be the leader here?
Hendrickson putting it down to the corner. Mustangs able to come up with it though. Cornier couldn't quite get it out. Now he gets the pass back. 2-on-2 as they hit the zone. Bo Cornier dropping it back and just got away from Hansen, the trailer. Got a penalty coming up here against Providence on a trip.
Yeah, that was the one spot. I like the way Cornier tried to make the pass, but I still think he should have shot that time. It's 15 feet out, just a little bit to the left. That could have been a good shot for him. But he was looking for other teammates with a better opportunity, so that's good.
Trying to sort out which Lions player is supposed to be in the box. Nobody is fessing up.
Well, Veritas is part of the school plaque, so there we go. Now they told the truth.
J.P. Hughes will go. Berman sliding it across. Ooh, and a rocket there into the chest of Koski. As Tyson let it rip.
And both goalies looking outstanding. That cool, calm, collected. Really stealing some goals there from both teams.
Yeah, Koski definitely hasn't had as many, spectacular saves or as many saves in volume, but he's obviously been very good tonight too, including stopping Cornier on a breakaway.
Yeah.
Here's Bo Cornier controlling for Breck. Berman shot deflecting wide. See both teams really looking for tips. Putting it up front, and Cornier, and they can't quite clear it. It went off Berman's skate. Hansen throwing one toward the net. Now Cornier controlling it in the circle. Breck on the power play, trying to break this 0-0 deadlock. Silverman. Tyson will go back down low with it. Out front, and Koski to stop, and Silverman was out front trying to jar it loose a little bit there, and Koski back to a sitting position, hangs on to force a face-off here.
Silverman went in there really strong. They couldn't get him out of there. He was right in front of Koski and looking for that rebound to come out.
Good look there at Jake Hansen, one of the captains for Breck. Mustangs control the draw. Tyson hit Cruz with that one, but got it back. Looking for Silverman, and that one a little off target. It looked like he wasn't sure if it was really for him or not, and didn't go after it either way. So Berman will pick it up. Berman going to leave it for Tyson. Banking it toward himself there and got it done. Tyson carrying it all the way in deep, chopped away from him. Cruz going to send it around back the other way, but Cornier is there. And down he goes. It comes back into the Lions zone and then back out as they get the clear. Down to just 10 seconds to go in the power play for Breck. Still 0-0 here. Approaching 3 minutes to go in the second. Sinopol controlling.
Boy, they just can't get anything set up. I mean, the Lions are just all over him. I mean, no space.
Follow-up try there as Koski makes the stop on Josh Hansen, and Hansen says, hey, somebody tackled me there. Come on, why is the arm not going up?
Typical forward attitude. You stand in front of that net, pal. Be ready for war.
As Drew Larkin went for a little ride on his back there. I haven't really seen too much chippiness. I mean, I don't want to jinx anything, but
I was just thinking. They've both been well behaved for as tight as this game is, and there's been a lot of penalties. Been mostly stick stuff, though.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, a solid check thrown there by Offdahl for Breck. Hendrickson playing it back down deep. Mustangs trying to break it out, but it's off a skate at center, and here's Hendrickson coming back the other way. Hendrickson fights through a check. Hendrickson, pass a little bit behind its target there, Owen.
Oh, shoot the puck, Johnny Hendrickson, shoot it.
Yeah, sometimes when your team's had trouble beating a goalie, you maybe get a little bit trying to get that perfect goal. Oh, the pass. Boy, if that one had been on target, Hendrickson had all kinds of room.
Yes.
Put out front, trying to go to Hendrickson here, and this one will deflect up and out of play. So the Lions creating chances, not so much. There's that solid check thrown. Not as many chances later in the period, but they've still managed to make some good plays, and just everything's just been a little off here or there.
Yeah.
And on occasion when it hasn't been off, he's just made some great saves too.
Yeah. It's been a lot of a combination of both. What I like right now is I'm watching these last minute and 43. The Lions seem to have a pretty good idea of what they're trying to do offensively. They know where to get the puck to people. They've been a little bit more in control than Breck has right now. And now they're in the Breck zone. Be afraid, Breck.
That pass will work its way through out to Luke Kern. Kern shooting. Ooh, and Koski give up a juicy rebound that time, but the Lions out of there with it.
That was a tenderloin steak being laid out on a plate.
Minute 15 to go here in the second. Oh, and then that shot partially blocked as Smith tried to tee it up from in close, and I think it was Berman again who got a piece of that one. Banked ahead, and Halliwell coming out to play it out of there. It's interesting that Providence is probably the team with a little bit shorter bench, but if anything, Breck looks like the more tired team, I would say, right now.
Yeah, I agree with you totally, Jay. They just slowed down since the period started.
Down to the corner it goes, under 40 seconds to play. Here comes Cornier picking it up. Probably the best skater out there for either team. Bo Cornier trying to go to the net. He shoots and scores! Well, it took a great goal to break the deadlock. Bo Cornier went end to end, picking that puck up at his own goal line and went the distance to score with 27 seconds left in the period.
Well, he felt they say he feels he needs to put this team on his shoulders on occasion. Couldn't have picked a more perfect time, Jay. I mean, he's done everything he can to score. This is the first time he's really gone in and dug deep, and he buries it.
Stayed with it after it hit the defenseman's skate a little bit there, too. It kind of took him off track, but just popped it in the roof of the net, glove side up high, and oh boy.
Well, that hand to eye to notice that he's got to just shelf it right now. Just a beautiful shot.
unassisted there, which stands to reason since he went the length of the ice with it. Here comes Hendrickson back the other way. A couple seconds to go. He shoots it.
There you go.
A buzzer beater. 1.4 left, and Hendrickson finally gets a goal after some golden opportunities. And how do you like that? We go 0-0 all the way until the last half minute, and then each team scores one.
Well, as they say in K-Fan, in your face, Milwaukee. Boy, Hendrickson just came flying out of there. Great move to cut to the inside. He's got a big set of speed set up, and he's going to make boom, move right there, and just pick the spot and buried it finally. They've had enough practice shooting, Jay. Now they're finally hitting the holes.
Boy, that one was in its own way just as nice as Cornier's, wasn't it? I mean, that was great. And Hendrickson, I think he's played a heck of a game here tonight, too. And, you know, you sort of like to see guys rewarded who have done so many good things.
Yeah. He's very noticeable. Cornier is very noticeable. It's been a really good game, hard fought. You know, it's funny. Breck averages 5.5 goals scoring. Providence 4 goals scoring a game. But they also give 5.5 and 4 goals per game to the other team, too. And we got a 1 goal scored in this game.
Interesting to see how this will affect the third as both teams realize that, okay, we can beat their goaltender as we got great goals. And, you know, goals are goals, however they happen, but it's nice to see a couple of really quality chances that beat the guys finally in that last half minute, too. So, Cornier for Breck, Hendrickson for Providence, each scoring late. We're 1-1 through 2 periods.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.
Welcome back here to Plymouth. We were scoreless until very late in the second period. There was plenty of action throughout the game, but not any goals until the final half minute, and that changed in a hurry as we take a look at some highlights from that second period of play. There were big stops before that. It was more about the goaltenders. There's a great pair of saves by Halliwell. Oh my goodness. Save of the game right there for Breck as he robbed Mogeni. And then Cornier carrying this puck in deep, stayed with it. He'd been stopped earlier on a breakaway, and this time he went all the way through the D and pumped it home. That came with 27 seconds left in the period, but not to be outdone, Providence. Hendrickson had some great chances tonight, including the one we saw a moment ago, and this time he finishes as well with a great move around the D and beat Halliwell with only 1.4 seconds to go in the period. And so the Lions do tie it up as we can look at the stats through 2 periods of play here as the Lions out shooting the Mustangs by a total of 7. They've each taken 3 penalties now. So we'll see what that late flurry of goals does to change the complexion here in the third. Both teams now know they can score as we go to the third, tied up at 1. We'll be right back with that third period here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Home of the Providence Academy Lions here, Rink C at Plymouth Ice Center, as the Lions have played a very good game here tonight. Tied up with Breck 1-1 as we get set for period number 3. And even when it was 0-0, we were going to be excited for the third down, but those 2 goals, it feels like it just kind of gave everything a shot in the arm in the crowd and everything heading into the third.
I like what you just said. I said, okay, maybe now the doors are open. Maybe they're going to start putting the puck in the net. They feel they can beat the goalies because a couple went in, but I hope the pace stays up there this period. I really do. So far, Providence can skate with Breck. And we'll see who gets that little extra surge now in this third period.
Yeah, and with our late start to the season and all of that, you'd have to, wonder about conditioning a little bit. I mean, we're into the second week of games now, but obviously it's fair to say that players on all teams probably not in the kind of condition that they normally would have been in coming into the season after the rinks were shut down and even the health clubs and whatnot shut down too. Pass across, and just chopped away late as they tried to find Osseo coming in on the weak side there. Reller gaining control for Providence and banks it ahead. Tipped in, they wanted to get a change there.
Watching some of the specials and stuff and how the athletes were training was amazing to me, especially go over football team.
Cornier through his legs. Oh boy, and Koski making the stop. Cornier showing off his skill right there and trying to kind of mesmerize Koski, I think, with that move through the legs, and then he stayed with it.
The old peekaboo, here it is. Oh, just took it away. Bang. Nice play. My point is they were making like weightlifting out of gallon jugs of, dishwashing or bags of salt and stuff. So they couldn't even get in access to school facilities at sometimes.
Hendrickson picking that one up in deep. Breck trying to throw a forecheck at him, but a nice outlet, and Hendrickson leading the rush with McGinney. 2-on-2, fires, Tried to go 5-hole there on Halliwell, but he was able to close the door. Hendrickson, I think, feeling it a little bit, kind of like Cornier too. On the last rush, just an extra little jump in their steps.
Well, it's like, Cornier goes down, he makes a play, then Henderson comes right back and says, oh yeah? Well, here, check this out. He's quick too, he's very quick.
And Hendrickson, of anybody out there, seems like he's got as much energy as he did right in the first period.
He's playing with a lot of confidence too. He's going after it big time. He's not afraid to stick his nose in the middle there.
Off the draw, Breck ends up winning it. O'Neill back to pick it. Oh, intercepted behind the net there by McGinney. Now Hendrickson gets it back. Oh, and Hansen. Oh, I'm sorry, third try. Andrew Owen firing that shot wide. Carried on out here by Sinapo. McGinney knocking it free, flicking it up the middle, but just too far. That puck was tipped, so no icing. As Damberg gets back to it for Providence. Misfired on that outlet, though, and here come the Mustangs. And they're offside.
But the one thing the Lions are continuing doing, they've done well the whole game, is they're not giving Totino a lot of space. I mean, Cornier did a great job with just some good moves. But Breck is getting bottled up. They got no move. When they lose the puck, some Lion is always there to knock it off and get it off.
That dump in the Lions defenseman there. Reller chopping it forward and back out and thrown right back in by Ty Hogan, and then hammered down ahead. Here's a chance. Partial break here, and Halliwell coming up with the stop on Voss. As that time it was Providence's turn to spring somebody. Breck wasn't totally 100% caught for a clean breakaway here, but it was a little dicey. At least he took away the other half of the ice, Berman did, by getting back into it.
Yeah, exactly, perfect. But again, word has been sent down the pike to the Breck Mustangs that we can do this too. So don't get too cozy, pinching in our zone.
Osseo carrying it in, and handcuffed Koski, and he lost it, but the defenseman in to help him out. that puck was deflected, and it was kind of a knuckler coming at him, it looked like. And he stopped it, but he didn't know where it was. Unfortunately for him, nobody in a blue jersey close enough to get to it.
It got on end and it rolled, and a tip hit the top of his pad, I think, and rolled weird. Oh, it came off the defenseman that way. Started bouncing. Oh boy. That might be a goalie's number 2 nightmare. The only other one is falling down while trying to make a save and missing.
Reller coming in to help him out there. Didn't panic, just cleared it to the corner. Lions win the draw. Brock Jameson sending it in deep there as he was being pressured. Hendrickson trying to go to the net. Oh, and Halliwell just got over as McGinney again was robbed. Halliwell thought the flow was going behind the net, and he started to shift over, and then all of a sudden the puck came back short side to McGinney.
Watch how quick he is. Watch how quick the goalie is. Never too panicky. Nice steady move, and he got over there just as he sensed the play going over there. I don't think he saw him until the last second.
McGinney's got to be thinking one of these has to go in eventually. He's had at least 3 really good chances, including a penalty shot.
Yeah. Voss, too. Voss hasn't had that many shots. I think they're aware, the Mustangs are aware of him.
Koski covers this one up here. Still 1-1, each team scoring in the last half minute of the second period, the only goals of the game, and they were both beauties too.
Yes.
No doubters. Beau Cornier, an end-to-end rush for Breck, and then Hendrickson answering with a great goal of his own for Providence to just kind of beat the buzzer. A little over a second to go in that first period.
Well, so far the Lions have played a really good game, and they got to be happy right now. Uh-oh.
Voss coming up the middle, he scores! Voss with strength to get through that defenseman's check and able to bury it for the Lions, and they go in front for the first time.
Thank you, Jay. Did I call that one? Did I call that one? Wow, did he step up to the plate, and he showed a little bit of that speed coming down in there too, but just persistent. He broke the D in the middle. Watch him. He's going to take a little sniff, and he says, oh, I got room. I'm going. And there he goes. Gets his head up, and he finds just inside the 5-hole. He went off the inside of the skate blade on the goalie there and went in. And they grab a lead, and frankly, much deserved lead as far as I'm concerned. I mean, they're out shooting him 29-19.
So
keeping encouragement up there in the Lions. They've played a great game. They're getting rewarded now. They finally got that goal that put them in the lead here.
Looking for more there, but it got away from Hendrickson. He stayed with it, and now trying to fight it out front, and knocked away from McGinney here. And here come the Mustangs with Luke Kern, and he will just throw it in deep and head after it. Pushed toward the net, but it went off McGinney. Larkin dropping the pass off. It got away, but it comes back to Larkin. Not really by design, but that's just the way it worked out. Larkin throws it across the slot. Seeing a few tired skaters out there a little bit now, it feels like. Owen back to pick it up here for Providence, and
well, yeah, there's that kind of momentary moment of relaxation when you finally get a lead. And you go, finally, we got the lead. And they pull back a little bit. They're going to have to keep the intensity up. There's a lot of time left in this game, and they're only one shot away from getting tied up. But, you know, it's good to see them rewarded. They have played hard, gritty, and smart hockey tonight, the Lions have.
Berman back to play it here for Breck. Pass was broken up, but they'll get another crack at it here. Long rink-wide pass misses everyone. That's going to be icing against the Mustangs, so we'll come back to the other end. 12:02 to go in the hockey game. Providence leading Breck by a score of 2-1.
So at this point in the game, you will never see less than 2 white jerseys back in their own zone. There shouldn't be any 2-on-1, 3-on-1 breakaways, and probably take their center and bring them back to be a little closer to the attack blue line and then get back and have 3 back for the Lions.
Here comes Osseo, chopped away, but he keeps after it.
Wow.
Tried to put it out front, but that was broken up. Cornier throwing a big check there. Hughes had it knocked away, and here comes Cornier. Cornier right up the gut, was knocked down. Breck wanted a penalty, they don't get it. Reller passing ahead too far, and that's going to be an icing. And you kind of get the sense now that Breck's feeling a sense of urgency. They're coming out pretty fast, throwing some checks.
Yep.
You know, I'm sure, as I said earlier, they probably didn't come here expecting to be trailing in the third period in this game, and we'll see now if how hard they come and if Providence has the answer.
Well, neither team has had a close game this year, so this will be see who can really batten it down when the time gets going here. Breck's got to figure out how to score a goal, and Providence got to keep him off the board.
Cornier just missing the far side there. Reller got the pass away nicely here to James Smith, and he turns on the speed up the left wing. Putting it out front, and it's knocked away. Reller following up, turns and fires and missed the net with that one.
That's okay, though. Now what they got to do is make sure that they make the Mustangs go 200 feet every time they get the puck.
Cruz throwing a big check there for the Lions.
He's a bruiser. Man, he's a big guy.
They dig for it in the corner and played out of there by Osseo. Trying to spring Cornier as he retrieves it. He's all alone for the moment and could not beat Larkin. Larkin's pass got away briefly, but the Lions with Reller following up. Breck finishing a change. Reller fires. Oh, and Halliwell had to look over his shoulder. He wasn't entirely sure he had that one as a defenseman Reller jumped up and tried to beat him 5-hole.
Boy, that's the first time I've kind of seen Halliwell shake his head and a little bit of a nervous twitch there. He wasn't quite sure where it was. So I guess he's looking over to see where that winger was coming in, but nothing can be taken away from the goalies in this game.
No, he's played a great game. I mean, they have ended up getting a couple on him now, but he made some huge saves for the Mustangs.
Well, that save percentage is going to look pretty good against 32 shots.
Kind of get the feeling that the Lions right now are, I don't know if I want to say laying back, but starting to play a little more defensively here, and at times getting bottled up because of it.
When you see 3 guys consistently under the hash marks on the side of the faceoff, you know that they're taking defense very seriously.
Mustangs coming back now, left wing pass. Here's a chance. Ooh, and Koski had to fight that one off from Josh Hansen. Popped out to center and then punched back in. Breck changing up here. Allows a little room for Damberg to work with. And he'll throw one in on net. Halliwell with the stop. He'll hang on. We'll get a face-off here with 9:25 to go in the third. Providence taking the lead for the first time here early in the third. They lead it 2-1 on the goal from Thomas Voss.
You're going to start seeing a lot more of Cornier and Thiessen for the Mustangs now. They're 2 top scorers.
In behind the net here, a race forward in the corner as Tyson, the defenseman, going back to get it, but try and dig it out of there, and around it comes to O'Neill. O'Neill trying to bank that one ahead to Coleman McNally. And a step up by Rosenberg to try and keep it alive, but the Lions able to get it on out.
It's a good play, too. They understood the passes were covered, and he just kind of looped it out into the neutral zone and makes them start all over again.
Tyson back with it for the Mustangs. Good stick by Reller to knock that one free. And banked ahead toward Hendrickson. Tyson's going to be back to it first here for Breck. He'll slip it over to Berman. And it got away. Ooh, that one nearly cost him. It ends up on net. Here's a follow-up that goes all the way back through. And then look out, here comes Cornier winning the race. One-on-one now, and a nice job to step up and meet him. Follow-up is denied by Koski.
Joshua Koski is not taking the night off, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, after he made that first save, he stayed right on it as they created another shot. Good play by the Mustangs. Set up a beauty there.
Hansen was the trailer, and Lions fought back to stay in front of Cornier, but then nearly gave one up there on the rebound try. Long bank pass ahead. It started to tilt toward Breck now, as you often see late in a game. The team that's a little more desperate, they're coming hard, and Providence probably playing a little more conservatively now, trying to make sure they don't get caught. Odd man rush. Oh boy, the rebound there. Oftal unable to direct it in after the pad saved by Koski. Here's a tip. Another big save. And Cornier trying to knock the rebound in, but couldn't quite do it. Lions don't want to give up too many more chances like that, though. That one could have very easily wound up in the back of the net.
Well, you got to be very explicit on your forecheck here. People have to know who can go into the zone and who can't. You'll only have 2 people committed. All the other 3 will stay back in the line to play defensively. Breck has got to spread this thing out, move it from side to side to get around that wall that's going to get set up.
Hendrickson had the steal there, but then he was met and lost it, and here come the Mustangs. Josh Hansen trying to get between the D. Larkin up to it and able to clear it back to center. Tyson will fling it back in. 6:15 to go in the hockey game. Providence clinging to a 2-1 lead.
Boy, smart play. Just held on to it and made sure he got across the red line to dump it in because he had 2 people going into forecheck.
Tyson over to Silverman. Silverman leading the rush here for Breck. Ooh, and Koski had to fight that one off. He tried to send it out front as Providence had 3 guys all over there in the corner. And they'll bank it on out here, and it's going to come on net, so no icing.
Somebody's having a good day. Get the shamrock from that guy.
O'Neill bringing it back the other way. His shot deflected wide. Circling out, and that shot just whistling wide. Played back to the corner. Breck has definitely stepped it up, and again, Providence playing a little more defensive-minded now, a little bit back on their heels late in this third period. And swept on in deep by James Smith. Here comes Tyson, rushing it for the Mustangs. Tyson firing, ooh, and Koski making a glove catch on that one as the talented defenseman Carter Tyson firing. Another look at this play as Cornier circled it back. Oh, and he just got a piece of that one from Hansen.
And he stuck it right in that shooting alley, too. And then that one there that just skipped off the end of his stick. Couldn't get quite solid wood on it.
And that actually follow-up try was a good one as well. Just for that little flurry, you're thinking, boy, Breck is going to get one here one of these times. Bounces loose in front. McGinney up to it for the Lions here as we've gone under 5 to play in the third. 2-1 Providence. Here's Cornier dropping it out front, and getting to it was Hansen trying to tuck it away.
Good work by the Mustangs here. I'll tell you this, they're mounting some attack. Cornier seems to be they're going through him quite a bit, and he seems to be willing to set him up. That's one way to get this done. I think having Tyson activated too, I think he'll rush the puck more often here now in the last 4 minutes.
Reller getting the pass away, but it hops by its intended target. Allowed the Mustangs to keep it in, at least for the moment, but back out it comes. Tyson And a good read to intercept by Reller. Reller stays on side, keeps possession.
Oh my gosh.
And dumps it deep. He's another of the guys in white who've had a really nice games tonight. And we'll get a whistle to stop play there. The heavy check thrown by Sinopol. I think they saw the whistle come on that one as much as anything because a Providence player was kind of caught in a possibly dangerous spot there.
Yes.
So the face-off outside the zone. Breck pressing, trying to tie it up back up here. Providence leading 2-1. Cross ice pass finding Osseo, but he is met there by Hendrickson.
I don't think you'll see anybody go below the face-off dots in the Breck zone, anybody from Providence. Oh, okay. I was wrong.
Bank pass, but knocked down. Kept in. McGinney up to it, but then gave it away. And that pass hit a Providence player, Owen. Here comes Osseo for Breck getting the return. Oh, that one hit the crossbar.
He snapped that off fast. Wow.
Pop back out. Went over Koski's shoulder and I think caught some iron. Drop back. Cornier trying to get it in the slot to Osseo, but intercepted nicely. Reller will whip it ahead.
I mean, it seems the Lions have a much better idea where their other players are. I mean, as they, put these systems together in their forecheck and their back checks, and everybody seems to know where they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to be doing.
Cornier's pass a little too far. Cruz tapping it back into the Breck zone. 2:35 to go here. Providence clinging to a 2-1 lead.
And the Lions have just turned this into a mucker's game.
Koski the save there.
Everything's going to go slow now. Oh.
Smith up with it. James Smith firing. Ooh, and a blocker save by Halliwell. He gets back up and gets to it. And then it's knocked away. Smith has to retrieve his glove. Boy, that would have been a nice icing on the cake if they'd been able to beat him with that one.
Wow.
Another opportunity here for the Lions. Turnaround try. Halliwell is saved. And he will hang on as they force a face-off in the Breck zone. The minute 59 remaining. Halliwell made some big stops tonight. He made another one late there to keep it a one-goal game. And, of course, it won't be long. Yeah, I was going to say, he's going to be getting instruction on when to look for the bench to call him over. But at first, a timeout taken right here. What a great hockey game we've had here tonight, Dan, isn't it? It's been a fun one.
It has been. It's like I said, it's like watching a good no-hitter or one-hitter being thrown in baseball. The teams are just playing their brains out. We've seen some great moves. We've seen some great defensive plays. And when goalies stand out as much as these two, it means shots are getting put away. They're getting going. So you've got everything you want in this game with the exception of putting up 10 goals. I love it. But it's kind of early yet, too, to find out. What will be really interesting is when these two have a rematch. That might be a pretty good hockey game, too. Because no matter how it turns out, I mean, Breck was put to the test tonight in a big way. And I think you made a point that they probably might not have been ready for it.
27th of February is when they're scheduled to meet again over in Golden Valley on Breck's home rink.
The Breck School Ice Arena. Can't remember the name of it. But this has been a pleasure here doing the Providence game. This is a nice little arena. Got a nice view. We're just missing that one thing, Jay. Fans.
Yeah, there's some.
There's some, yeah. Restricted basis.
Yeah. Key face-off here. Knocked to the corner and Breck able to get control. Berman looking along with it, able to find his target, Silverman. Silverman putting it out front. They stayed with Cornier, though, and poked it away. And here's a shot at the empty net, and he missed it. And it'll be icing against Johnny Hendrickson, and he taps himself on the chest. My bad. One more stride, and it wouldn't have been icing, but his eyes lit up when he saw that empty net.
Well, looking at it from a coaching viewpoint, I could not yell at the kid. I mean, the game he's had, oh my gosh. Him and Voss striking gold for the Lions here.
And here's another crack at an empty net.
And he missed.
Yes, missed there by Owen. Now out front, and there's a goal as Mogeni finally gets rewarded. He's had a lot of chances in this game. He's been snake bit. He's been stopped by some great saves, and now he gets an empty netter.
He's been a very obvious person tonight, too. He's done a lot of work defensively and disrupting, and it's good to see him finally get his goal, especially after that breakaway. Can you imagine if he would have missed that shot, Jay?
I don't think he was going to do that. Good hustle, too, by the Lions. You missed that first opportunity. You wouldn't really fault them if they just kind of peeled back and started to play D, but somebody saw that, hey, we've still got a chance to go get that puck.
Well, just that you could see the bucket beginning to tip, as the water started cascading out. And they finally put the sealer on it. This is a big win for this program. It's a big win. And I'm sure later on in the season we'll see the Breck Mustangs. Of course, when they get into sectional battle, they are tough.
Don't have the numbers for sure to say if Providence has ever beat Breck. I can't imagine it's been often if they have.
Yeah, I would agree. But they only won 9 games last year, and they lost twice to Breck last year. So this is a big one for them.
It definitely is. Got to be a great feeling.
And they outplayed him, Jay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, they outplayed him.
Absolutely agree. And they knock it away from Cornier, and there's another empty netter. And that one was a long distance empty netter.
Who got it? Did Cruz get it? No.
I think it was Smith.
Smith, yeah.
Get another look at it here. Cruz was right there and took a swing, but I believe it was...
I think you're right. I think it was Smith. Well, there's double icing on the cake.
Well, it's going to be Voss who gets the goal. Yeah, Voss who took that long distance attempt. Well, a 4-1 game. It's going to end up looking like they won by, right now at 3, but obviously it was a much closer game than that. In reality, they get a couple of empty netters. Here's Hendrickson trying to go to the net, pops loose out front. Takeaway, turnaround try there. Mogeni picks it back up here for the Lions. And puts that one back between everyone, but not going to matter as they'll get back to it. Under 20 seconds to go. And got to be one of the bigger wins, I would say, in this relatively young program for Providence. As they win going away here. They got the go-ahead goal early in the third, and then they had a couple of empty netters late.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they could have scored 4 goals with the way they're playing, aside from just this last little bit here. They played very well. A well-deserved victory for the Young Lions here. And Breck has got to, they're going to have to take a little time, sit back and figure it out. I mean, they have the talent, and we know they're going to be there at the end of the year. They always are. But the Lions did a smothering job, and the goaltenders were just superb and fun to watch tonight.
Really good hockey game tonight, and congratulations to the Lions as they get a big victory here tonight. Our final score here in Plymouth, it's Providence Academy 4 and Breck 1. Hope you've enjoyed this one here on CCX. For Dan Ficken and all of our crew, good night from the Plymouth Ice Center.